We're on the losers bracket. We got the donation squad against Big Click Energy, and Battlefield of Eternity is our first map, continuing here at the Underdog Cup. The donation squad has a bit of a reputation right now for wacky team compositions. They played 2 backdoor strategies with different heroes in the first series that they played today, which, to be fair, landed them in the losers bracket in the first place. But it was kind of amusing because they did not go for the typical Morales play with, I don't know, Falstad, Tyrael, and others, but instead tried to just play push strategies using Sylvanas a lot, which is one of the reasons why she gets banned. And it was kind of interesting because I think they could have a lot more success with the way that they're playing or the ideas that they're having, the strategy behind it, if they would just tighten up some of those plays. Oftentimes they were using pretty cool moves to get past walls that they could probably have just taken down by bursting them real quickly with 5 heroes, stuff like that. But it's very entertaining to watch what they're attempting to do here. Battlefield of Eternity is also not really the best map to do any of this, so I would assume that we're not going to get backdoor strategies from them here. I would still think that we're going to get some wacky stuff, because it's kind of their trademark at this point. Now, Sylvanas has been banned. They ban Vala as well. That leaves still a lot of heroes that are fantastic for immortal damage. Hanzo, Lime... Of course. You know, they could get Hanzo. Li Ming would be really good here as well. If they want to go a different path, Greymane is good against him. Okay, they pick Nova. Oh boy. It's like I don't even know anymore. Stukov and Varian on the other side. And now they go Malfurion. And let's see what else we're gonna get before we're going for the next set of bans. Oh boy, Junkrat. Here's the thing. They could pick Nova at any point. There is no reason to pick Nova first. None whatsoever. It's not a contested pick. It's not something that's going to get banned. It's on nobody's mind. But you picking it this quickly allows your opponent to think about, okay, what could they do with it? What do we play against it? You could just go for a standard draft, and if you still want to go and pick Nova, then go for it. But they could have picked Junkrat first and then just take her later. So we have Stukov and Varian against it, so clearly a killer comp attempt. But yeah, the only reason to pick Nova this early is honestly because you want to make a statement. This is the only thing. You're just like, and that's what you're in for. Li Ming, Cassia for quick bursts on the target after it gets locked in. And well, here comes Zagara, okay. I mean, I personally am still waiting for a Nidus play, but not on Battlefield of Eternity. And then we get Thrall. Who needs a main tank? Main tanks are so overrated, you know? These frontliners that are not doing anything, they're just sitting there all game, eating damage. They're absolutely overrated. What we really need is more damage. Think about it. If you pick a tank, then you are dropping damage. You are missing out on potential damage. So tanks are a waste of damage. You just burst the opponent down. D.Va as a final pick for Battlefield of Eternity, and well... let's go, everybody. Donation squad against Big Click Energy. Game number 1. We got Slywalker on Thrall for the blue team. Hello and Malfurion. Please Don't Kill Me is playing Junkrat. We got LGM on Zagara and this on Nova. Over on the right side of the map, their opponents, the Big Click Energy with Lekka, Hapio and Cassia. Oblivion on Stukov. Yefog on D.Va. Midna on Li Ming, and Fireborn is playing Varian. Side lane Nova. What am I watching? What is happening here? Oh my god. They have Nova at the top lane. I mean... Echo of Elements on level 1 for Thrall. And yeah, they're gonna have an interesting 4 versus 4 at the bottom of the map. But I still don't understand what's going up here. Nova is gonna get so absolutely murdered up here that it's not even funny. They need Zagara at the top. I mean, if they need Zagara, if they send Zagara or Thrall or anybody else topside, then you know they have at least a fighting chance to do something on the lane. But if this is really the strategy for the rest of the game, then this is going to be a disaster. That top lane is going to be murdered. And they gotta be aware of this. I mean, yeah, I'm struggling to understand what I'm watching, but hey, imagine them winning with it. Imagine just for a second that they're gonna win with this. So the camps are obviously up. Nova is... Did Nova just really drop a decoy and then tap the fountain? I mean, honestly, right now, I'm thinking they might be better off with a bot. Oh god, like what is going on here? D.Va is also suspicious. She's basically just sitting there and she's thinking, what's happening here? So, yeah, but okay. Let's slowly see what Nova is able to do. So, right now, the answer is not a lot. Thrall is stacking, so he's already sitting at 9. He's going to get the double charge here. I suppose he's going to stack more heavily into his Chain Lightning with all of this. But again, the second charge is essentially what he's aiming for. And normally when you're in a 4-man like this, you're going to be able to get that pretty quickly completed. Don't really see any problems that are too big happening on his side. Now, with that said and done, now that Taunt is available, this is obviously where Thrall is going to have a bit of a problem. And it's called Varian, as you can see here. So the root is out, but Junkrat saving the day for now, as D.Va is getting the camp at the top lane. Nova is apparently trying to deal with this, checks it out, and then immediately says like, alright, you know what, I'm gonna get myself a globe, and then I'm gonna go hunting. I'm gonna make that happen. And yeah, no. So waste a little bit of mana by getting a shot out, and that's all. So now that the camp is here, he's probably going to lose a little bit more space. Down at the bottom of the map, though, Junkrat is really teeing up the rest of the team to get easy damage in on Varian. But we have one team that is going for a Shaman camp and another team that is just pushing the bot lane. So now that we have the first Immortal up, this is where the real fiesta is going to begin. Serrated Spines, by the way, for Zagara, so she can get a little bit of auto attack damage as all of this continues. But we now have D.Va rushing away, the camp at the top. I mean, this is something that is just going to smack. If they send a hero topside and get the Inspire buff and all of this as well, that's going to make everything just so much worse for the team. They should be aware of that too. But Varian might actually be first blood in the game. Comes in, gets the taunt, and kills Thrall. So, is able to get the kill for them. Good for the red team. Thrall is already down. Zagara with 23 stacks. The halftime show also. Easy win for Big Click Energy. And they're going to get the entire Immortal. I'm still waiting for the strategy here. And I have a bit of a suspicion that it's going to evolve around Zagara and Nidus. I'm looking at the ults and I'm thinking about, okay, what kind of wacky stuff can they do with ults? And maybe we don't have a Riptire on Junkrat, but a Rocket Ride, but where would that get you exactly? Zagara with more into Precision Strike, that could be a wombo attempt that they're trying to execute, but even that is, I mean, situational at best. So they had so far always an idea. I'm not saying it was good ideas, don't make me wrong, but they always had a bit of an idea. So maybe they go more into Precision Strike plus Rocket Ride. Maybe that's going to be a thing. But then they really need the red team to fully just cluster up, and I just don't really see that happening. But it's the only thing that I can really come up with. I mean, what other strategy is there for them? Get Thrall with Earthquake, I guess? I mean, maybe Sundering to get them into a corner and then follow the Sundering up with more. That could also be a thing if Thrall gets a good flank off. I am wrecking my brain a bit. So far, every single time they played a wacky comp, there was at least something that looked like a follow-up. Tenacious Roots is now in. So that kind of supports that theory. So, yeah, this could actually very well play into that idea of having a massive wombo. Nova top laning, though, is wild to me. What's even crazier to me is that D.Va hasn't destroyed this entire lane already. I mean, even the wall isn't destroyed yet. Obviously, Nova is losing that lane, but it is still a little bit crazy that she isn't losing that lane faster. She should lose that lane massively. Now, another camp taken at the bottom of the map after Thrall has been eliminated. We're working slowly towards level 10. 40 stacks for Zagara now. It's all about those auto attacks and weaving them in. But yeah, D.Va needs to start to take some of those structures out. And why? Like, I mean, it's one way to play it, I guess, but just use that camp first and you can always go for the explosion later. So there's a lot of questions that I have watching this, but again, this is one of the reasons why we go for the amateur scene in the first place. So right now we got 10 nearly ready for big click energy. 2 kills to 1. Wall down at the bottom of the map. There's the taunt again. Follow up. And Thrall is going bye-bye once more. And we say bye-bye. The problem is just simply that Thrall is the only frontliner, so he's an easy target. And Varian is, yeah, Varian is not going to say no to that. Why would he? We get the missiles for D.Va. The micro missiles are in play right now. And talking D.Va, Nova is already low on mana again. And is now going to just be hunted down here. So Nova is down, gets easily killed, and that allows G-Fog to also get in damage on the fort. The Immortal has already lost 50% of its HP and is now repositioning. Blue team still hasn't gotten level 10, but I think the Wombo is what they're aiming for. I'm super curious though. I mean, there has to be something, right? So there's the precision strike, more, yes, rocket ride. They go for exactly the combo that I outlined earlier. They want the Wombo. They want to have a Maw into Roots from Malfurion, Rocket Ride, Precision Strike onto the target, and just blow it to Kingdom Come. That's the idea. That's the strategy. Right there. And maybe tee it up with an Earthquake first to slow them down. There it is. Maw hits 1, and now we go. So, yeah. They get the kill, but to be honest, that's not the kill that I signed up for. That doesn't count. If you're going for a full Wombo the way that they did, and that's what they want, then I need a proper kill. I need something serious. Not that lame ass, oh yeah, as he runs away, somebody gets the last shot in and all of a sudden he dies after all. No, I need more. I need a proper combo. I need something, you know, that brings me the oomph. But the fort at the top is now gone. The fort at the bottom of the map is suffering. At the top lane, the Immortal isn't even done yet, so that continues the party. Rocket Ride wasn't even used. I don't know how close Junkrat was at the moment. But we have another 30 seconds until Zagara has her ult back up. So I want to see something. I mean, boys, if you want to at least win the audience over, then I need you to perform here. You can't just simply sit there and then bring in some lame-ass execution like this. If you are going for the meme play, then I need to see the meme. I need to see some commitment. I need to see some discipline, some proper execution. I need the passion. And right now I'm not seeing it. Like, this is just not good enough. I'm sorry. So, if you want the applause, then you gotta deliver. You gotta dance, monkey. Dance, monkey, dance. And, well, there's another shot. They got the ults all up. The ults are ready. Here's the opportunity. There's even a choke point. Look at, they're running into the choke point. Turn it around, Zagara. Baby, what are you doing? What are you doing? They're right there. Where's that Maw? Where's my Maw? Oh my god. Junkrat is already dead. He could have used the Rocket Ride. He could have just simply used the Rocket Ride. What are you doing to me here? Just use the Rocket Ride and wreck him. Would have at least survived. But no. Camp is taken. It's a play against time. Don't get me wrong, guys. You're looking at this game wrong. You do not understand what you're watching. I'm sorry, but it's true. The Donation Squad isn't playing against big click energy. That's not the opponent. The opponent is time itself. They have a limited amount of time where they can execute the Wombo until they lose the game. And here comes again. Thrall is dead. There's the Rocket Ride. And that's just fucking embarrassing. Varian is having some fun with it. Varian is just having some fun here. He's just sitting. He's not even moving. He's like, I got this. I got this. At this point, they're just taunting them. Oh boy. I mean, Varian just went boss mode. Varian just was like, watch this, guys. Watch this. And yeah, the blue team, they had a plan, but that plan is not coming together. They need 30 seconds until their ults are back up. The question, this might be the last time that they have the chance to do this. We're 11 minutes in, and that's another Immortal is about to be taken. 69 stacks for Zagara. Nice. But they need a bit more here. 14 seconds. They have another shot, guys. We have another shot. There's the moment. The opportunity. Let's go. Let's go. 4 seconds. 5. Come on, we got this. Get the position. Bait them into a choke point. There's Thrall setting it up. He did his job already. No, Nova, what are you doing? Don't just waste it. Rocket Lull is also out. I mean, with that attitude, they are never going to get the Wombo off. That is just... They lost their passion already. Look at this. It took them 12 minutes to lose their hopes and dreams. They came into this game with big dreams, hopes. They came in with a plan. And it took 11 minutes for all of that to just disappear and them giving up on them. That attitude is not going to get you anywhere in life. So that is highly unfortunate. Think about if the big Cho'Gall play back then would have come into game with that little setup. I mean, they came... If you don't know the Cho'Gall, boys, you have to go to my Twitch channel and use the command !Cho'Gall with a hyphen and everything. They came in with one plan, one idea, and they executed it to perfection. That's how you make this happen. That's how you show your passion. They went full all in on it. But the blue team, I am a little bit disappointed. They had great plays earlier, but this is just not... I expected more from them. My expectations are just higher at this point. This is just what it is. Zagara is dead, and the dream is dying. The dream is dying. We waited for the combo, and we didn't get the Wombo. So, yep. That's highly unfortunate. 11 kills, 2-3. Game number 1. Game number 1. Big Click Energy takes it in the donation squad. They have a lot to make up for here in game number 2. I mean, they underperformed. GG, and well played. We're going to head in game number 2 in a second. Guys, if you enjoy the content, if you like the coverage here, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. It really helps to spread the videos to people that were interested in Heroes of the Storm in the past and might rejoin the game. So spread the love a little bit, help to promote the games here, like and subscribe, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of the series. Game number 2! Big Click Energy is ahead in the series. It's loser's bracket, so they have a match point now and could move through to the next round of the loser bracket. Now, if they win this here, then obviously it would also mean the end for the donation squad. And Donation Squad decided that they want to go to Infernal Shrine, so there is a chance that we're seeing another backdoor strategy, which could be reflected in the bans that we're getting from Big Click Energy. They ban out Sylvanas again, that in and of itself makes sense, but personally, I'm still kind of curious what exactly we're going to get from the blue team, because right now, if they are able to lock in that Medivh, well, Medivh would actually work too, but I was about to say that Morales pick, maybe trying to go for something along the lines of Tyrael 2. Last time that was a bit of a problem that they had, that they didn't go for the Tyrael pick, so we'll see. But they ban out Jojo. You know, maybe Big Click Energy didn't watch the series that they played beforehand. But I have to say that the performance on Battlefield of Eternity was a bit disappointing. I kind of expected more from a team that wanted to go into the big wombo there. So that they weren't able to do anything with this is a little bit unfortunate. I mean, there was a lot of potential to get something done here, and it just didn't happen that way. So we got Vala as a first pick, so this is the first thing that gets locked in. And then Stitches Medivh. See? Medivh. I told you Medivh might be an option. Now, are they backdooring with this? I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to be honest. At this point, the Nation Squad is clearly a little bit of a mean team for the tournament. So I've seen them play more win-oriented in the past, but they're really just going for more of a meme team thing. And if they're now going for Stitches and Medivh, I think what we're going to get is a full-on kidnap combo. They're going to try and get other heroes that can help with that too. Interestingly enough, they banned out Anduin. I could have totally seen them pick Anduin and then just pull Stitches before he enters a portal. False, that might be a pick that they're going to get, just simply so that they can gust the opponent away as well. But I believe that the whole idea here is to just go full kidnap. Maybe even Alexstrasza, now that Anduin is banned out, to try and stack globes with Stitches. But with Medivh, they can technically also just portal onto the other side of a wall and attack the keep, you know? So the only thing that doesn't really work with it is Stitches. Falstad gets banned, I mean, for good reason. So Big Click Energy is obviously thinking along the same lines. But let's figure out what else we're gonna get here. Just going for a kidnap combo seems a bit meh. It's not going to be a backdoor. With Uther and Stitches in the mix, it's not going to be a backdoor. This just seems like really kidnap combo, get a hook, get a gorge, escape, Uther stun, Jaina burst. Doesn't seem like we're going to get anything more crazy than that. ETC for the red team. With Orphea and Vala, they already have their full damage locked in, so we need a side laner for them too. And, well, who's gonna be, I mean, they need something. Ooh, Deathwing, okay. Deathwing is in the house. Nice. I like it. Stitches can't gobble him up, that's for sure. And they go for Zul. That's a pretty straightforward draft, actually, from the Nation Squad. So, let's see if they're doing something like that, if they can actually win this and bring us to a third game, or if Big Click Energy now takes it with a 2-0 and moves on to the next round of the losers bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nation Squad against Big Click Energy, and we're headed to Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines, the Donation Squad, with hopes and dreams of a third game, I guess. On level 1, we got Savor the Flavor, 4 Stitches, played by LGM on the blue team side, for the extra regeneration. That was something that was even more OP back in the past. Slywalker's playing Jaina. We got Helu on Uther, Please Don't Kill Me on Medivh, and this on Zul. Over on the right side, we got the red team with G-Fog on Deathwing, Lekka Hapier on Vala with an auto attack build. Fireborn is playing EDC, Midna, Orphea, and Oblivion is playing Rhaegar. So, let's see what they can do here. Especially, of course, did Stitches just try to helping hand his own team straight into the fight? I guess he did. So, of course he did. Nice skin also here for Deathwing. That's exactly how a proud dragon should look when he enters battle. So, definitely endorsing that. Ooh, quite a bit of HP there already up at the front. Vala with a single hit so far. And Christmas Stitches is still being used as a bit of a pincushion by Vala. We also have, of course, Stitches just trying to spec into his level 1. There were the good old days where if you used that talent and every single Devour that you used on an opponent would increase Stitches' health regeneration. I think at the height of it, it was 8. I'm not sure if it was 6 or 8. It was something like that when the talent was first in. I still remember a game where where I played Stitches and I had at that time, I think, 220 hit point recovery per second. It was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, every single time that your opponent came in and did any amount of damage to you, you just simply regenerated it within half a second. It was amazing. And then obviously at some point that just turned out to be way too overtuned and they started to reduce it significantly. But those were the days. Just absolutely insanity. If you made it into the middle or the late game with Stitches and you just diligently devoured every single time that the fight happened, you got close to an opponent, you were essentially unkillable, not because you had the big hit point pool, just because your regeneration was so absurd that nobody could properly damage you. But he's already sitting at 2 stacks right now. We got a bit of a play at the bot lane, just trying to push this out. The rest of the team is still stuck in the middle. And they could actually interrupt this as well. So Fireborn is also here and could slow this down, which he does. Allows them to get easy damage in. Take maybe one of the towers down too. Medivh, of course, also working on his baseline stats. It's going to be interesting to see if he's able to complete that. Yeah, Vala keeps up the attacks here. Then we got Orphea too. Another hook that misses. And Stitches still working the level 1 talent. It would be kind of fun for him to get to a just crazy number there. By the way, Dust of Appearance for Medivh. So side drain is increased, which is obviously pretty sweet. And that's going to help a little bit with the spy play. Not the typical talent that we're seeing for him, but hey. And then over on the top we have the camp about to be claimed. That Shrine is actually at the bottom of the map. So first Shrine is bot lane, which means Deathwing could have a huge impact if he guards that camp and could go through the lane. But they might be a bit late, but they're still going for their own camp. It's just a bit of a problem that the red team didn't rotate immediately onto the Shrine, or they would have even had a much better. In fact, I think they're a little bit weary because they don't really know where the opponent is. This camp is after all taken late, but they have now vision of a few heroes topside, and now they know that the camp was taken. But this is already giving Big Click Energy such a big lead on objective number 1 that it's going to be difficult to impossible for the donation squad to take the Punisher. And I think impossible is the appropriate word here. So, yeah, that's going to be a pretty strong push to the bot lane, most likely. I mean, it's a frozen Punisher after all. You can't bait Punishers over walls anymore. So, over here, yeah, this wall gets destroyed. So, in comes the slide. Medivh in some trouble, and he gets away. Oh, and moved back! Yeah, okay. He lived, but he actually moved back into the fight. He used the portal twice. The fort is gone, so is Stitches, I guess. Yep, he's dead. And they got a lot out of this, and there's even 32% still left on the Punisher. So they're going straight in for a push through the wall at the bottom of the map. I mean, this is mad value right now for them. But we have some crazy stuff already happening. Medivh trying to go for the Sudoku move here. Was a little bit crazy. Now with the second helping, they have, of course, another chance to stack the level 1 talent even further. I have to admit, I personally really like when we have something that is more Devour-based. There's a lot of fun stuff that you can technically do. Back in the day, it was a little bit better. It's not really a great build or anything, but if you're just looking for the memes, then you can definitely do it. And now, obviously, with just the cooldown reduction here, we also have the Gambit aspect of this. So you get your shield. In the long run, I don't really think that it can benefit too much from this. But the idea is just to stack his regeneration as best as you can. In this case, not really too much working out on this. We only have a single kill in the game, but already a 1-level advantage for the red team. Camp about to be taken too. Obviously, the idea of the draft for the blue team comes online when they have level 10. Medivh, he's the one that they want the most. Taking him down would reset his baseline quest, which is of course what you're hoping for. Vala nearly at 50 stacks. Also, somebody is all alone at the top lane, dishing out damage to that wall. As the rest of the red team is still doing some work down at the bottom of the map. 7 stacks now for Stitches. Gives him a little bit more regeneration. I mean, again, you don't get too much, but with 7, we're now looking at roughly 10 HP per second. It's not crazy, but as this continues, it will make this all a little bit easier for Stitches and also take a lot of the strain away from Uther. But level 10 abilities are now ready. No surprises. We get Eternal Feast for Ophia. So one thing to maybe point out, since we have seen alternative builds earlier, right now red team is just enjoying the advantage of having a level 10 while your opponent is still running around with level 7 talents. Yeah, this at the top. Let's push this out a bit with Zul. But in the middle, they're just sieging up on this. And it's a party! They're hitting everybody! With the exception of Medivh, Jaina gets chunked down. Stitches gets attacked too. Didn't even go for Devour here. And now they are hammering Zul into the ground. So that is 3 kills in total, 4 big click energy. And the shot at the fort in the mid lane. Shrine activating in a couple of seconds with, well, Deathwing at the top. And that is fort number 2. So, well done. Good damage, 16,000 for Vala. She's the top damage in the game currently, with Ophia following shortly behind her on 13,000. Still try to go for the camp here, as you can see. I'm not even sure if that is needed. I mean, at this point, you might, you know, as well just go for the shrine, which is already active. But now we're going to see the kidnap plays. So Poison Nova, a Ring of Frost for more burst damage. They go for the Poly. And they don't go for Gorge? Huh? I mean, at this point, he's just trolling his own team, right? Putrid Bile? Okay, I think this is just an audience troll. Please tell me that they're just trying to be edgy here. They're like, oh my god, we bait them into believing that we go for Gorge because we take the perfect kidnap combo composition and then we go and flip the script on them by simply picking Putrid Bile. So that has to be the meme here. That has to be the meme. Because if not, what's the idea? Get wrecked. They were waiting for this. Medivh got reset, that's 4 kills. They were absolutely waiting for this. Look at this. Look at ETC. ETC saw this, goes, bam, I got this, boys. And then they get absolutely crushed. I gotta admit, this is still funny. It might not be what we expected, but it's still kind of funny. Big Click Energy is just exploiting this to an extent that is crazy. Absolutely crazy. So we have the push through the top, all the forts are gone, and the red team is obviously going to attempt to go for a bit of a speed run right now. They're all just rushing past the wall, but this is not working out as intended for the donation squad. Medivh losing his stacks is already annoying as is. They're setting up at the side a little bit, but again, nobody's afraid of this. Like, what is happening here? The Putrid Bile is not going to do anything for you. If you hit Gorge and then get the hook in a Gorge, it's a different story, but Rhaegar can just simply walk away from this. There's like nothing threatening. That keep will be destroyed. The minion wave is coming. They're hitting the auto attacks. There's still arcane sentries everywhere. Big terror from Deathwing. And that's that. There's the party. Poly as an insta-counter. They still want Jaina. The ring comes out. And Jaina is dead. Don't think they're going to try for the core. It's too early in the game. Death timers are low. But they can obviously now just play the map. They have a 2-level advantage. And the keep is destroyed too. You can take a look at the experience gains of this, but look at the passive experience. That's a 3,000 point gap, and that doesn't even account for the keep that was just destroyed. So, yeah. That's where we are. Now, as we have the push for the middle, and getting the next set destroyed here, they're going for camp after camp. Still a talent advantage, obviously, for the team. Stitches can get a hook out, but... well, to be fair, if he hits a hook here and gets somebody, then yes, they can get a kill. But they're just controlling the start to finish. And the next problem also is Stitches hasn't really been able to get a lot of stacks as well. I mean, he's sitting on 8 on his level 1. That's a 12 hit point per second regeneration rate. Not horrible early on, but we're now 11 minutes into the game, so he was sitting at 7 ages ago, and he just wasn't able to continue building on it. So this isn't really a big tool that they can use later either. 16 versus level 13 talents, so as one team picks up the level 16 talents, the other is just barely able to clutch in the next one. It still maintains the distance. One talent ahead. Yeah, Deathwing is already flying up and Stitches has a problem. There's a portal coming out. Trying to push him away from it, and okay, he still gets away. I was actually waiting for ETC to just go for the other portal. The hook range is now there for Stitches, but without Gorge, there's nothing that they're going to be afraid of. So instead they can push the middle a little bit more. They have a camp here, the minion wave is coming. So just slowly get the damage poked out so that you have some vision and take that gate out. Side gate is already destroyed, so they know roughly what's coming. The gate itself gone. Next objective is going to move to the bottom of the map. Something also, I guess, note here. But there comes the ring. Hits nothing. Ring hits absolutely nothing. Divine Shield on Jaina. And ETC with another slide. Believes in his team to keep him alive here. Jaina is low. Somehow ETC still lives. Medivh has died again. Deathwing turns into Deadwing. That's the first kill for the Donation Squad, but they lose Jaina in the process as well. And now Stitches dies too. So that opens the mid lane up. Bottom is getting pushed. Now they got the minions here, and it's an easy play for keep number 2. Catapults at the top, so they're already starting to move for the core instead. They still want that keep. They have catapults on it, but with the catapults at the top lane starting to take the shield down, they see that they have an opportunity, even with the death timers being as low as they are, to essentially go for the core and go for game. Shield is gone, so is Zul, and this might just be all she wrote. Yep, core is slowly falling, 77% for now. Medivh is doing the best to keep them at bay and gets turned on quickly. So they're slowly starting to fall back here. The keep in the middle, by the way, is still getting destroyed by the catapults. So this one might still fall. And even if it doesn't, they will probably get it later as soon as they make a play for it. Down at the bottom of the map, this one is also taking a huge amount of damage. So the situation isn't really getting any better just because the opponent made an attempt to go for the core directly. So this one can get taken out by Deathwing, for example. 12 kills to 1, 3-level lead still. And down here, this is down to 15. Now, the objective is up, and this is then likely what is going to end things. So the blue team needs to make a choice of what exactly they want to do right now. They gotta do something. This is basically a YOLO moment. You have to deal with the top lane too, I'd say. Zul is currently on it. ETC is just waiting in the bush, but with more and more stacks coming together for big click energy, they're going to get the Punisher, and that will eliminate it's going to eliminate the keep at the bottom of the map, and very likely it's going to win them the game. Yeah, mosh attempt. They need to hit Medivh with it too. Medivh interrupted the mosh pit every single time. Jaina gets blown to pieces within a second. Now the rest of them is on the run. Core is losing its shield, by the way. The Winions are going to wreak havoc here in just a moment. And the catapults are already dishing out damage. So the core is now down to 77%. Keep in the middle is gone too. They go for Stitches. He gets the Divine Shield. Survives for now. But the core is getting killed. Stitches falls. And that's it. The Donation Squad is out of the tournament. And Big Click Energy moves on to the next round of the losers bracket. GG and well played.